Today I'd like to continue our series of Vulnhub. The box would be MyFileServer1. To save the time, I have already imported into the VirtualBox, and the IP address has been identified as 104, just displayed over here. Okay, and also I have already done the Nmap scanning. From the Nmap scanning, we can know there are several open ports for the target, like 21, which runs FTP, and also the version of FTP is VSFTPD 3.0.2, and we know this version of software or FTP software doesn't have any vulnerability we can utilize. And the second one is SSH, and the third one is 80, and also we have the 111, and also 445, and also this one is for NFS or file sharing service, and another port runs FTP, but the version of this FTP software is Pro FTD, and the version number is 1.3.5, and we know this version maybe have some vulnerability we can use or utilize. And the next one is also used for the NFS. So of course, what we can do is to do some enumeration for each of them, each of ports, open ports. So the first thing we can do, the first port I'd like to do is Samba. Okay, Samba. And let's specify the target IP address, which is 104. So you can see there's some share name or directory like print. This doesn't have any value for us. And the second one is SB data, SB user, and also the last one is IPC, $. Of course, this was the last one, doesn't have any. This is default, the share directory, which no value at all. So we can try if we can access these two directory. Can we? Okay, we can. And list the content. As you can see, maybe this we are now in the log directory, and we can get the secure file. Okay, no problem. And let's quit. So also we can do the enum for Linux. Normally I will use this tool to enumerate the local user on the target. Of course, also this tool will try to enumerate the share of directory. So you can see enumerate users using the logon username, the now username, and the now password. So we have already identified this user. Maybe we can make note of this onto our notebook. Okay. So I think for the Samba service, we have already done everything. And now we can go to the FTP, yeah, FTP. Anonymous users, no password. Go to the pub directory. Go to the log directory. Yeah, also the same. I think this information are the same as Samba. So let's quit. Also, we can log in another FTP port, which is 2121. Anonymous. Okay, go to the pub. So the same information. So I think what we can do next is to do some enumeration for HTTP service. And let's go to the browser. Specify the IP address of a target. Okay, very simple page. Returned from the target, and let's check the page source code. Nothing interesting here. And also we can check if we have the robots file. No, not found. Okay, it's fine. So maybe we can use the GoBuster to specify the URL. And also specify the word list. Specify the extension. Okay. Oh, it immediately we got something, some maybe interesting thing. Readme txt. Let's open up another tab, new tab. Go to our directory, working directory, and let's queue this file. Readme. Okay, my password is root1. So maybe this user is for the SSH, right? We can check root. Yeah, permission denied. Also, maybe because we have already identified the username SMB user, we can try this one. SMB user. Permission denied. So maybe we cannot log in as specifying the username and password. Maybe we need to log in as private key. So what's the password for? So maybe this password is used by FTP, right? Specify the username is SMB user, and the password is root1. Okay, so we are right. Wonderful. And we can check. Yeah, we are in the another directory. It seems we are in the home directory of the SB user. So of course, then what can we do next is to upload our public key into this home directory. But we need to create a directory and go to the directory, and then maybe we can cancel this directory enumeration process. So we can use the sh key gen and we can specify the name, no passphrase. As you know, we have already generated the private key and the public key, and we need to upload this public key to our target. And before we do that, we need to rename this file to the authorized keys. Okay, move ID to authorized keys. Okay, and then we can put authorized keys. Okay, no problem. And then maybe we can first we need to change the privilege for the private key, and then use the private key, and also the username is MBUser. Okay, no problem. Now we can use the ID to confirm we are now logging as SMB user, and we can make some enumeration locally. Nothing. Maybe we can cut the bash history. Nothing at all. So very little information, but we can check the kernel. Yeah, this kernel is a bit old. It's 3.10. And then, yeah, next we need to escalate our privilege. But this time I'd like to use or utilize the Metasploit tool to do this for us. But first we need to generate the payload by MSF-Vulnhub. Okay, let's quit FTP and MSF-Vulnhub, and we can check the payloads type. And we select the appropriate payload for us, and then we use the MSF-Vulnhub to generate our own payload, and then by executing this payload, and then we can get another shell. So maybe we can use this one as our payload, and Vulnhub specify the payload type, and specify the host, local host, and also local port. I use the 555 and specify the file type is ELF, and output as escalate ELF. Okay, no problem. And then we can upload this file onto our target. And yeah, it's very simple. We just set up the web service by Python HTTP server module. And we can go to the temporary directory, and let's use the wget escalate ELF. Okay, no problem. And make this file executable. And here we need to open a new tab and go to our working directory and launch the MSF console. You need the MSF console. Takes time. Okay, it's very quick. Okay, and we can use the exploit multi-handler, but we need to change the payload from default to our own payload just specified here. Yeah, this one. Okay, set a payload Linux X. Okay, to options, and we need to set localhost as and we need to also the port should be the same as here. Okay, the port should be 55, and let's run. And it started reverse TCP handler on this IP address. Okay, and now on the target machine we can execute this file, no problem, and we get the metapreter session, and now we can search the suggester. Okay, or maybe we can background and search suggester, and we can use this post exploit module. Let's copy and paste into here, and let's show options. Set session 1. Let's run. So this module will collect local vulnerability for the privilege escalation automatically. Very good method. Yeah, collecting exploits. 2,294 in total. Yeah, run check method for exploit. So after completing this process, the metasploit will give us the result which we can exploit, and also the priority for each method. Or some error information, but it doesn't matter. So we wait for this to be completed. We need some patience, right? If this doesn't work, maybe we can try another payload. A lot of information. Or you can see this one. Maybe we can use this one. This target appears to be vulnerable. Also this one. Yeah, this one, this target is vulnerable. So I think we can use this one. The target is vulnerable because just the exploit method that tell us appears vulnerable. So from the level of trust, this one is better. So we can copy this one. Use this one, no problem. And we can show options, specify the local host, and we need to specify another local port like 666. And also we need to set a session. We just got the one session, and let's run. You're running automatic check. You verify the target. The target is vulnerable. Yeah, as you can see, the Metasploit is opened. But I don't know why these two present so many errors. Yeah, we have already got the root user, root shell. Let's go to the root and list the content, and let's cat the proof.txt file. So best of luck. So we successfully completed this box. So that's it for today's box, which is MyFileServer. Although during my post exploitation, as you can see here, there's so much error, but it doesn't affect our success to escalate our privilege. So thank you for your time and patience. If you like it, please help me. Please subscribe to my channel, and I will be continuing. I will be creating more and more videos on this series of Vulnhub. Thank you. Bye.